You might recognize that as the old hymn, All Creatures of Our God and King. That is a song that's based entirely off of the major scale, but with this Melody Maker tuned harmonica, I'm able to play it in the cross harp position. And the advantage of the Melody Maker tuning is that it allows us to do that, to play melodies based off the major scale, but in the familiar cross harp position and with all the expressive capabilities of cross harp. So we have all these draw bends. But then we have a major 7 available, which is bendable. So let me give you an example. Let's say this is like a standard tuning. I am playing in the key of A. So just to let you know, I've got a D standard Richter tuned harmonica. They call this Melody Maker an A Melody Maker. The Melody Maker tunings are typically stamped on the covers for second position. It's kind of unusual, but it's something that Lee Oscar started with his harmonicas, with the alternate tunings. He started to just go ahead and call it in the key that you're going to play it in instead of the whole, cross harp thing. So, but we have both instruments here. We have D as the bottom blow note on both instruments. We have the same major triad on both instruments. The big difference is that the 7th degree of the scale is raised up to a major 7. And then there's another thing that they did, which I'll explain in a second. But let's say you're playing the song Georgia on My Mind. But that note's not quite available. Nope, that's the wrong note. I could get that note if I overblowed hole 5. But on the Melody Maker, that note is just available as a straight note. Another melody that's based off the major scale, where you would have an advantage here is that was the major 7. So that is the advantage. What I like about the Melody Maker tuning is that I could play in 2 octaves with that major scale in the cross harp position. So a little bit of fumbling around in there for that second octave. I'm not going to edit it out. It is what it is. I tell you, the interesting thing, this is very close to country tuning. And the main component of country tuning is that, hole 5 is raised a half step. That's what we've got here. Also, we got that in the second octave. I don't know if that 7th degree of the scale in cross harp is raised in country tuning in the 2nd octave. I could not find a tuning diagram on the internet. Have you heard of the internet? It's got all this information, but I couldn't find that information. The difference between this and country tuning is that it gives us the 2nd degree of the scale as a straight blow note. Typically, when we play, this is the standard harp, to get that note, that's a bent note. That's whole 3 bent. On the Melody Maker, we have that note available just as a straight note, whole 3 blow. So the reeds have been modified in 3 places. That whole 3 blow, the whole 5 draw. I couldn't tell you what number. Maybe that's whole 8 draw. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's whole 9 draw, I believe. Yeah, whole 9 draw has been raised. 3 places. I think probably country tuning, it's just changed in 2 places. Country tuning is going to be the same as the standard. Like the first 4 holes are going to be exactly the same. I'm going to tell you there's an advantage and a disadvantage to this Melody Maker thing with whole 3 blow. First of all, it's nice having it as a straight note and not having to bend the note. Here I've got to bend it, and you can hear it. The timbre changes, and it's a little bit awkward. So it's nice having it as a straight note, but changing the pitch of whole 3 blow affects the bending response of whole 3 draw. It affects the pliability. The note doesn't bend as far. And I tell you, as a blues harmonica player, I don't like it, and it feels weird. And you know, the other harp player who says he doesn't like it is Todd Parrott. So there's kind of compromises both ways. Like, okay, well, we got to get that 2nd degree of the scale by bending the note. But then the Melody Maker, it's nice to play it straight, but then it affects the pliability. It feels weird. Maybe it doesn't sound weird, but it feels weird to me. Hole 3 doesn't have that big pillowy, cushiony feel of like, wow, wow. Like really like an expressive. Hole 3 is a world unto itself that you can get 4 different pitches on the standard tuning. So hole 3 is awesome. It's less awesome with the Melody Maker, but maybe that's not so much the goal here. So I don't know. I think I'm leaning in the direction of wanting to try out the country tuning harmonica. But I do like the raised 7th degree, whole 5 draw. And I like it for, you can bend whole 5 draw. You can bend it down to a flat 7. And then I like this. Yeah, playing the blues, land on the flat 5 chord. You can do a lot of expressive things off of the 5 chord. Now, if you start talking about playing this harp in 3rd position, that opens up a whole other world of possibilities, because whole 3rd position becomes a major You have a major third in the second octave. So that's something to be said about it. Anything else? I want to just talk about the brand. This is a DaBell Story. Real quick, you can get this off the Rock and Ron's website in the U.S. at least. I don't know if he ships overseas, but off of that website, I'm not going to name any prices. Who knows how long this video will be up, and prices will change. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is $10 cheaper than the Lee Oscars, $16 cheaper than the Hohner Special 20 on that website. And I'm going to tell you that the Melody Maker tuning is available in 5 different keys with the DaBell Story, 9 different keys with the Lee Oscar model. So there's that. Lee Oscar's got more key options for this tuning. Anyway, I have been playing a lot of diatonic and exploring some things with alternate tunings. And I thought I'd share this Melody Maker thing with you. And can you think of any other major scale melodies that you could play? I could think of some real corny ones. That one doesn't have a seventh in it. And then you could play, what's that Christmas song? That's another one. I'm going to tell you, this particular harp overblows pretty easy. So, that's a whole 6 overblow. That's a whole 4 overblow. Very nice, responsive, expressive harmonica. Check out the Melody Maker or the country tuning. I'll talk to you guys later.